Hey everyone, good afternoon. I'm Nevin from the Autoblogger team, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a very local specific SEO page for your website from your phone, okay, using the Autoblogger feature. So first I want to show you an example of what one of these pages look like. So we'll scroll down the website here and I'll show you. So here's an example of one that's targeting the keyword house washing and a very specific location, Dillsburg, okay? The same thing would work for any service you want to target, any area, okay? So here we've got our title, we've got a project overview, which is very SEO friendly. If you really look at it, look at all the content. Then we've got a little description, again, very SEO friendly, business name, how long it took, location. This is not just fluff. A lot of people use AI to make their blogs and stuff, and it's just terrible. It's just random, useless content nobody wants to read. The idea here is that you're showcasing actual jobs you've done, or you're giving actual information that's useful. Here's an example of a before and after slider. So you can see how it looks, before and after. Here's a step-by-step analysis of the job. Again, very useful for SEO. FAQ section with schema enabled. Again, this is extremely important for SEO, very useful. And then we have an embedded map. Again, this is very useful for local SEO. This is built very specifically with local SEO in mind. Here's another body paragraph, and then the project photos, okay? So that's a demo. Now let's show you how it actually works. So we'll go into Autobidder. You're going to have to go to the website page, and then you'll have to toggle over here where it says Autoblogger, and then you're just going to click Open Blog. Now this is basically how the process works. You start by going New Blog, and you have 4 different types. You can either do a job showcase, a job type / keyword targeting, a pricing keyword targeting, or an FAQ / educational. Pricing keywords are very useful for Autobidder in particular, because you're targeting that's a very common search term. How much does house washing cost, roof cleaning prices, stuff like that. So if you have articles in each specific location targeting for that, it's very low-hanging fruit. So maybe I'll go with that one in this example. Job showcase is perfect for maybe once or twice a week, or however many times as you want, even once a day. You just snap some before and after pictures of the job, go into a job showcase, tell the AI what you did, what was unique about the job, what preparations you had to do, upload the before and afters, and publish. It's very easy. Job type targeting is good for if you want to target certain specific keywords, and create, basically an article around it. In this case, like I said, we'll go pricing. And now for the pricing one, it's going to start by having us choose a service. Now you can choose from your existing Autobidder services. So in this case, I'll go sidewalk cleaning. And then it'll autofill. You can also choose a service that's not an Autobidder. Now for your target city, let's go with, we'll go Enola. And then we'll do an average price range of, let's say, $50 to $250. And then for the design style, I'll leave it blue. You have the option to include Autobidder form on the blog, so I guess I'll do it just for the fun of it. Let's go factors that influence, and then let's go seasonal pricing variations. This just gives you some suggested price factors that you can include. And then it'll also give you some suggested angles, the things you could use as headlines, so you can see how much the sidewalk cleaning cost in Enola. I think that's a good one. It's a really good one for SEO, and I think I might actually go with that one. So I'll just copy this so that I can paste it in. And then you got your pricing notes. This is really where you're going to want to add any details that you want to. This is where you're really feeding the AI this right here. Now I'll expand with AI. And you can see the 2 factors that I added earlier are right here. Okay. And now we can upload images. In this case, I'll skip the images, but I do recommend using images, certainly. Internal links are really important and useful for this as well as embeds like videos. This is where you could add a YouTube link, be very useful, a Facebook post. And ideally, if you're doing this, if you really want to get the most out of it, when you make a blog post like this, also post to your Facebook page, and then you can copy that Facebook link and put it in the blog. Or when you go post on Facebook, link to this specific blog post rather than your homepage. With that being said, I'll just keep it simple. I'll click Generate Content. There's a lot that you can really do with the SEO. Like I mentioned, Facebook, you can do the same thing with YouTube. Highly recommend using video content, and also your Google My Business. Every time you make a blog post like this, you can make a post on your Google My Business, interlink them together, and just keep doing that consistently. And you're going to build a very strong link network between your Facebook and your GMB and your YouTube. And that's a very strong signal, and it's going to help with your ranking ultimately. This part will take a few seconds. It's generating all of the written content. It's generating the pricing table. Okay, content's been generated. Now you have the option to look through it. Okay, there's the title, the URL slug. You can see the pricing chart, and you have the ability to change it. Okay. And then pricing factors, FAQ, again, you can go through and change it. I'm just going to keep this simple for demo purposes. And when you're actually doing this, you'd probably want to spend a little bit of time looking over it, making sure it looks pretty good. And then once you're satisfied, you can go down and click Next. Now, ideally, you want this SEO score to be a bit higher. You'd want to go a little bit longer meta title, description, and so on and so forth. But it doesn't have to be perfect by any means. We'll go ahead and click Next. Here it's giving you another option to add the video URL and Facebook link. Also the ability to add a CTA. I think I'll leave that off, and then I'll go ahead and click Save and Sync. Okay, so now it's been synced to the site. Now what we're going to want to do is click Publish. And now the post has been published. So we can head back to the website. We'll head back to that home page that had the blogs listed. And you'll see this option right here that says Optimized Sidewalk Cleaning Solutions in Enola by EcoClean Power Washing. Now, personally, I would probably want to change that headline, but, you know, demo purposes, so I'll click into it. You'll notice there's no image. That's because I didn't upload an image. Ideally, when you're really doing this, you'd want to make sure you add a few images. You want to make sure that you review the FAQs and everything looks correct. But here we've got a little article, right? Go through it a little bit. You can see a pricing table. Again, these are very useful for SEO. You can see the cost breakdown. You can see what affects pricing, frequently asked questions, and then you've got the map of the specific location, and then more text. Okay, so that's an overview of how to do it from your phone. Again, this was just a brief overview. You want to spend a little bit more time optimizing it, making sure it looks good, but that was under 10 minutes. And you can just crank those out. I mean, you can really, if you're, doing aggressive SEO, you can really crank these out at a high level. And the beautiful thing is you can crank one out while it's fresh on your mind, and you can always log back into the website editor at any time and edit them. If you want to add text, remove things, change anything, you always have access to do that. It's very simple. So that's all I have for you guys in this one. If you have any questions about the Autoblogger, please let me know, and I'll do my best to help you. Thanks, and have a great day.